All right, so it does appear that a serious ally of Donald Trump, Allen Weisselberg, has indeed been arrested on charges of fraud and tax evasion. And so this is a pretty big deal because Weisselberg is really close with Trump. He's been so, immersed in the Trump family. He actually worked for his father. Weisselberg is a pretty old guy now, and he is Trump's right hand man. He has all of the dirt on Trump. That's also what um, Michael Cohen had said when he was actually testifying to Congress. So it says the sweeping tax fraud indictment unsealed on Thursday against Trump's longtime accountant Allen Weisselberg threatens the 73-year-old executive with years in prison and puts heavy pressure on him to implicate the former U.S. president. Prosecutors allege that Weisselberg, the Trump Works chief financial officer, evaded more than 900 grand in taxes by taking part of his annual pay and benefits, including apartments, luxury cars, and a cash bonus at the holidays, described in financial records as, quote, holiday entertainment. It explains that they're often reluctant to sentence elderly defendants with no prior record. But a retired New York judge who is now a defense lawyer says that the indictment, which details a deliberate scheme to avoid taxes on 1.7 million in income over 16 years, quote, convinces me and should convince Weisselberg that a substantial prison sentence is possible. So that's a pretty big deal. That this can be very serious. And so essentially, what apparently was going on was, and by the way, there's a guy in the now sealed indictment called co-conspirator number one. I think everybody suspects that that's Donald Trump. But basically, I guess they were trying to get information on Trump in exchange for his cooperation. But Weisselberg so far has completely refused to cooperate, which I don't understand why he's not cooperating. Donald Trump is loyal to nobody. Donald Trump is loyal only to Donald Trump. So why the hell would you even try to be loyal? Why would you not turn on him in a singular second? You'd have to be under some kind of weird, like, hallucinatory, like, spell in order to not rat on him in order to save yourself. Because Trump would do that in a heartbeat. That's literally what he would do. He's not loyal to anybody else. Why on earth would you not have turned on him already? But this is serious stuff that can result in likely like a 3 to 4 year sentence. It's up to 15 years, but the reality is that's not going to happen at all. But it appears that some experts are saying that they don't see the judge giving him probation. He's also facing 14 other charges, including tax fraud and conspiracy. It says the Trump org was charged with 10 counts of crimes, including tax fraud and falsifying business records, which could lead to financial penalties. So this is a guy who's really key, man, because he has all of the dirt on Donald Trump. And so now that he's facing a real potential for prison time, there's a heightened sense of a potential for him to turn on Donald Trump and basically start cooperating with the federal officials and state level officials who are investigating him. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not he turns now, because keep in mind, obviously, that now he's actually going to be facing prison time, potentially. Everybody knows that Donald Trump did a ton of illegal stuff when it came to tax fraud, tax evasion, as well as fraud in terms of like lying about his assets in order to qualify for bank loans. So it's, a garden variety of just fraud, economic fraud, financial fraud that he's done. And the guy who has all of the dirt is Weisselberg. And so I saw Michael Cohen just said that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what kind of indictments we might get for Trump and any of the other people who are associated with Trump. So definitely a massive, massive, huge, huge story. And it's going to be fascinating to see what comes out of this.